Have you ever heard of Dwarf Fortress? Maybe from one of your friends, maybe some forum, maybe some video that said it was similar to a game you liked. Whatever the reason, most people have heard of Dwarf Fortress, and there's a lot of reasons why. I'm Sam the Ashen. Let's see if Dwarf Fortress is worth it in 2024. I know for me personally, I have wanted to try the game several times and decided not to because it was too complicated and too much work to get into. There was just too many features and rules and it just wasn't worth it. I was thankfully absolutely wrong on both counts. The game is not too complicated to get into, and it doesn't take much work at all to actually get into the game. There is definitely several layers of complexity to the game and plenty of mechanics and customization to sink your teeth into, but the game has a tutorial for most things actually in the game, and the rest is readily available online. I know some people don't like to have to go to the internet to find an answer, and really you don't have to, but I found I wanted to do certain things more efficiently, so I did look some stuff up. My point here is that the game is fairly easy to get into and really hard to master because of all the layers and deep mechanics, which for most people that like these types of games is exactly what you want. The game is really similar to RimWorld in terms of its main idea, which is you have a small group of people, you're trying to take care of them, you give orders to them and organize them and manage them for them in order to survive and get better, and over time your settlement grows depending on what you do, and you try to fend off the horrors of the world. In Dwarf Fortress, your settlement can actually grow quite fast. I've only been playing for a few real-life days, and my population is already close to 40. I don't know if this is fast for Dwarf Fortress, but I know it is a lot compared to RimWorld. There is plenty of incentive to keep your dwarves happy. If they're really happy, they might go on a crafting spree and make a legendary sword, or if they're really upset, they might get possessed in their temple while they're praying, which can definitely lead to some disasters. You can give different dwarves different jobs, like one could be a manager that helps people stay on top of their task, one can be the leader or eventually a king, one could be the sheriff, one could be a tavern keeper. There is a ton of jobs for the dwarves to get into, which could really benefit your society. Or it could totally ruin it. Your barkeeper could be a total jerk and just straight up slip some poison into the cup of the leader and he could die. It's kind of up to them. You just have to do a good job of picking out which one should be in charge of what. There are so many creatures in this game. I think there's around 680 when I checked online. And it can go from totally realistic to like a badger or a honeybee to a giant wasp man, or like totally mythical like titans invading your society. It gets pretty wild and it's really awesome. There's artifacts underground to mine for, and you can eventually do boss fights and stuff and make a total kingdom out of your once little fortress. My main message about Dwarf Fortress is that it is absolutely worth getting into in 2024. It is awesome. It is not too hard to get into. It's not overly complex, but it does have plenty to sink your teeth into with deep, complex mechanics, but it's not too much all in your face all at once. If you give this game a chance, play for an hour if you can, and I would bet that you have a pretty good grip on the basics of things and you're setting yourself up for a lot of fun. I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leaving a like and a comment really does help me out a lot. Every person counts. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to the channel. I post once a week on Sundays, so I'll never clog up your feed. I hope you have a good one. Peace out.